Welcome to the family with
Hackmaster Ralph W. Basham, MD.
Co-host Catherine Brandt.
And Andy Brandt Bernard.
And we'll be joined by Kristen Burt. More schmoozing about Hollywood and television and all of it right after this.
Tommy, how long have you been at KQ?
36 years now.
Wow, that's loyalty.
Well, if I'm completely honest, it isn't the company that I'm loyal to, it's the listeners. I figured out a long time ago they're the only reason I have a job. Why are you asking?
Well, we had another great month at Coon Rapids Nissan and Burnsville Nissan. In fact, Burnsville continues to be the #1 Nissan store in Minnesota.
The loyalty part. Get to the loyalty part.
Oh, yeah. This month, if you buy or lease a new Rogue or a Pathfinder from us, we'll give you an extra $500 off as long as you own or are leasing a Nissan.
That is cool. Do they have to trade it?
Nope, it's just a reward for being loyal. By the way, the new Pathfinder's fantastic. It's got a 9-speed transmission, and JLo says it'll practically pull the building. We also cut a deal with our good buddy Charlie Swenson, who's running a Nissan store in Chicago. He gave us some extra Rogues.
'Cause Charlie's such a nice guy?
Well, Paul might have threatened him.
Sounds like Paul.
For details, go to Walser Nissan or Coon Rapids Nissan and claim your loyalty gift. Tommy, give him some Elvis loyalty.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant, what's the latest?
We're just trying to represent people who've been injured through no fault of their own. We're trying to talk to them before they talk to an adjuster or before they take a settlement that isn't something they should get based upon their injuries.
How many people are out there in different, not in the law business, that love to run around scaring people before you even get to them?
Well, adjusters want to settle cases and they want to close files. So based upon that, they do what they have to. I think there's a lot of circumstances where they probably act as attorneys where they're not attorneys and they try to explain people's rights, or they give them a certain view that if they look at it. And what I always say is this: if the adjuster really truly thinks the offer they made makes sense, they'd have them come see us.
And that's exactly my question is, you have to understand who has your best interest in mind, correct?
Well, you want to know what your rights are. Whether or not you decide you're going to hire us or not, that's a choice. It's a free consultation, and you want to understand what all your rights are and what coverages you have.
And plus the fact I hang out with you, so you got to be a good guy if I'm hanging out with you.
Maybe.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant. As you know, my friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of your life. He didn't stop by simply creating the best pillow. Mike created the new Giza Dream bed sheets. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep for me, which is crucial for my busy schedule. Mike found the world's best cotton called Giza. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. Mike's Giza sheets come with a 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty. The first night you sleep on the Giza sheets, you will never want to sleep on anything else. Giza Dream sheets come in a variety of sizes and colors. Mike's making a special offer for my listeners. You buy one set, get another set absolutely free. Go to mypillow.com, click on the radio listener square, and use promo code TOM. There you'll find not only this amazing offer, but also deep discounts on all MyPillow products, including the MyPillow mattress topper, MyPillow towel sets, and so much more. Call 1-800-516-5146. Use the promo code TOM. Go to mypillow.com. Make sure you use the promo code TOM. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Catherine's here.
I'm here.
Andy's here. Doc's here.
Yes.
And now Kristen Burt is here. Kristen, off the top of your head, we just looked this up, okay? The Ed Sullivan Show, the very first appearance by the Beatles. Now, I'll give you an example. Andy, what's the viewing audience again on... Rachel Maddow just signed a deal for $30 million a year, and she has how many viewers?
It was like 3 million, if that.
I think it was 2.3 million. I think that's what you said, is 2.3 million. When the Beatles first appeared on Ed Sullivan, how many people watched them that night?
Ooh. 52 million.
73 million people.
Yep. And remember, in 1964, the population of America was 190 million.
190 million.
How many people are watching the Super Bowl on average now?
This list actually has, the highest Super Bowls range in the 80 to 90 million, but I don't know about What's the most recent one?
2021.
Was
That
it
was Tampa
50?
Bay Buccaneers.
Was it 53?
Was it LIII?
Was it 53? What the hell was it? I don't remember.
It's funny how we don't even know.
Yeah, well, I don't even watch football anymore. I don't watch sports anymore.
Here we go, Super Bowl television ratings. Well, oh no, they're up to 55 apparently.
But that's
Okay.
it?
LV, wow.
For the
No.
Super Bowl? I thought it was 110 million.
No, 53 Super Bowls.
Oh, 50. Yeah, that's what I said.
Or, I mean
53.
55 Super Bowls.
Oh, 55 Super Bowls.
Yes,
Okay.
they're
and
up to 55 Super Bowls.
110 million people.
Let's see here. This is a very poorly written article.
Oh, of course it is. Most of them are.
But that's going to be an international audience.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
that's
is true. Okay, here we go. Average total viewers is 91.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's not very good. So sports
No,
are
and
fading,
they've gone
aren't
down
they?
every year too. The last few years for the NFL haven't been great ratings
It hasn't been.
No.
Well, the rating is cratering. It's 38. Before that, it was 41. And before that, it was 43, 45, 47. The rating has gone down almost 10 points in just a few years.
So, Kristen, do you think their constant bitching about politics is
Yes.
part of the problem?
100%.
I do too.
I'm sure it certainly doesn't help, but cutting the cord is probably number one.
Yeah, that's true. Well, although you can get it on streaming, we get it on.
You can, but I don't think a lot of people care as much as they used to.
They
because
don't.
remember, for someone like me, I don't watch football, but I would always tune in for the halftime show. So for me, it really depends on who the halftime performer is. But also number two, the commercials. And now they're released a week ahead of time. So
Yeah,
I already know
yep.
all the commercials. So there's no reason for me to tune into that. So I can step into the game just for halftime and then step out.
No, I understand. Kristen, honest to God, I do not watch baseball, football, basketball, hockey. I don't watch college. So I don't watch sports anymore. I am sick to death of people making $30 million a year bitching about how horrible their life is.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think I'm sure Hollywood is the same way for some people too.
Oh, yeah,
It's
me too.
I just don't go to the movies the same way and that type of thing.
I don't. I have a tough time nailing. Oh God, there was a line that appeared on my CSI Miami. I watched it this morning at like 2 a.m. I'm watching CSI Miami, and Channing Tatum was on there, and Channing Tatum was like about maybe early 20s.
Oh my gosh.
He was playing this gangbanger character. He's got his baseball cap on sideways and all the rest of it. But what the cop says to him, I don't think they'd allow it being said now in today's television. You ready?
Go ahead.
Channing Tatum, for people who don't know, was a white man who was in, was it Magic X or what was that called? The stripper
Magic
movie?
Mike.
Yes,
Magic
Mike.
Mike, or whatever the hell it
Currently
was.
dating Zoe Kravitz.
Oh,
Lenny
is that
Kravitz's
right?
daughter. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Channing Tatum's on there, and he's Mr. Gangbang. He's like, don't be laying that thing on me, man. That ain't my deal. You cops can't do this to me. This is ridiculous, man. And the cop says, and I quote, why don't you cut the minstrel crap? Whoa! I don't
What
think.
year was that film? Do you know? Like
I don't
2002?
know. It was in season 2, whatever year season 2 of CSI Miami was. Why
That's
don't
a
you
long
cut
time
the
ago.
minstrel crap?
CSI Miami season 2 would have been 2003.
Yeah.
So
long
that was
time ago.
18 years ago. They said, cut the minstrel crap.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my, I couldn't believe I was hearing it. You see stuff on old TV shows like there is no way they'd let him say that these days.
That is true.
No chance. But Channing Tatum, he was a handsome young devil when he was a kid. A horseshit actor. He's a
Yeah.
terrible actor.
No, he's done really well behind the camera, producing a lot. I mean, obviously with Magic Mike, he was a producer, and he's turned
Yeah.
that into a complete franchise.
Yeah.
I actually find that's where he's most successful. I don't really enjoy him as an actor, but I think it's smart producing projects because
Yeah.
he'll make a lot of money there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean he's a handsome guy. He's an attractive man.
all
But
right.
he's a
all
terrible
right.
actor. Oh, listen to you.
He's not my
a,
type. No, I'm like, he looks like a little meatball to me.
a little meatball.
A little meatball, he's got his like little round head and he's like all like beefy.
Just
with
a
his
little
muscles.
round
It's not my kind of
His-
guy.
His little
It's
round,
little round
head.
head.
Huh? So
Look at him. Does he not look like a meatball to you? Like a meathead. Like, like all his day in the gym.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
You're not going to be able to look at him without thinking meatball now, I promise you.
When you're right, you're right. That's all I have to say. God, that's hilarious.
I know somebody put it in my head once, and that's all I see now is like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ralphie, you had a question?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say what. So he has the Magic Mike. He has the Magic Mike shows. What other? Does he sell merch?
oh, they do. Well, they do. Magic Mike itself is going to be a Broadway show. It's over in the West End. It's also a show in Las Vegas. It's a franchise.
Okay, so
in terms of that,
okay. So
he's done extremely well with that.
And does he appear?
He
in the show?
did the movies, but he's not doing the Broadway show, nor is he doing he's just an executive producer on the other projects.
Because maybe they didn't want meatballs on there.
No meatballs.
No meatballs on there.
Maybe
He was at the Met Gala last night, so he was in New York doing he was like a little meatball in his tuxedo last night.
Yeah? I don't think he looks like a meatball.
He looked nice last night. I thought the tux was very well fit. So.
Did he look like a minstrel?
No.
She goes, no.
No. It's just awful. I can't believe. I mean, I can believe because it's like the way some of these things, the way Hollywood scripts are written. I mean, you even look at some 80s movies and you go, oh my gosh, we would never say certain things like that.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right.
It's offensive. It's just downright offensive.
You're right about that. God, I couldn't believe it. I was like, did he just say what I think he said? Okay.
And it's a shock to the system, too, because not that it was ever right, but things were a part of the vernacular. And then, people learn and do better as generations go on. And you start realizing, but you go back and you listen to old movies or TV shows and you go, whoa, wow. Even in reference to women.
Oh, my God, yes.
I'm like, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Yeah. What do you mean?
No, I'm teasing.
Really?
I don't know what Tom was watching some old movie, and I mean, they were just belting women, just whacking them across the face constantly. What was that you were watching? I was just like, what is this?
When was it?
I don't know. A couple of months ago, you were watching some old shows, and they were just whacking women.
It was like a takeoff on Twilight Zone. One Step Beyond. Yeah, the show's called One Step Beyond. They were hitting the women like they was just like, what
it was
the
like
hell?
yes, everyday occurrence.
What?
Back in those days, it was just weird.
Do you think violence against women was encouraged by that?
Probably.
I wonder.
Yeah. Most likely.
Well, I mean, you do have to wonder. It's like, are TV shows not allowed to have flawed or bad characters because they make you uncomfortable? It's like, are these bad people hitting women, or is it like the narrator comes on screen and says, hey, kids, try this out?
Well, I just think that might have been kind of a cultural norm back then to think that you had to put a woman in her place. I
think there's
really
a difference, too, as Catherine's saying. If I'm going to watch a movie about domestic violence, I'm going to expect there to be some unfortunate scenes about domestic violence. But if it's just kind of a scene about, like, again, putting a woman in her place, I don't expect domestic violence. And this would be in a contemporary film. But again, I think, as you're saying, like cultural norms, I do believe we're different.
Well, not to mention the Twilight Zone. It's like, you got people dying and being turned into monsters and stuff. It's like,
Yeah, but that's just fantasy. But, I mean,
Or we have movies like Poor Vic Morrow. They use that footage from the Twilight Zone movie.
The Twilight Zone, and cut his head off.
They would never do now. I mean, they use the actual footage and just split the film right before the horrific accident happened.
All right, now, Kristen, you've known us for many, many years, so I want you to make a guess for me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The chances that I put Catherine in her place, choose a number between 0 and 1.
0.
You've made some feeble attempts.
And if I try to put Lindsay in her place, what are the chances of me surviving the next night?
What happened to Ralph? Oh, he's dead.
0 or 1?
We don't know. We haven't seen him.
What did Ralph die of? Well,
the car's gone. He must have left.
Yeah, there's not a lot of putting women in their place at our house. There's not a lot of that going on. There wasn't when I grew up either. It just never happened. That's just the way it is, if you know what I'm saying. So how's the election going out there? Or not the election, but the recall.
The recall. It looks like, from everything that I'm kind of seeing, it looks like Gavin Newsom's going to hold his position. But I think it will probably be closer than he is comfortable with. And we are running into an election year for 2022 for our governor anyway. So if he's choosing to run, he is going to have a very tough fight. So I hope he does understand that.
You know what's so amazing about that whole deal is just standing by watching that, and people who are supposed to be tolerant and liberal and progressive, referring to Larry Elder as the black face of white supremacy. How the hell are they getting away with that?
Because they're Californians and they're insane.
The new thing is to anybody that, I guess Larry Elder likes Trump or was, I don't know.
He's still black.
I know, but what they've done is they've just, anybody that ever voted for Trump, no matter what reason they had, they've just dehumanized them into QAnon, hick, crazy, stupid people. That's what they've done.
So they, in essence, are calling him an Oreo.
Yes, that's exactly what they're calling. He's an Oreo. Black on the outside, white on the inside.
Really a demeaning thing.
It really is. How they're getting away with that.
You can have women, white women in gorilla costumes pegging him with eggs, and it doesn't even hardly make the national news. It's pretty unbelievable.
And now, Kristen, that happened in California.
Yes, it did.
He's walking on the street, and a white woman's wearing a pink gorilla mask, first of all, and throws eggs at Larry Elder, a black man, and nobody cares.
It's completely offensive. It doesn't matter whether you like him or don't like him.
No.
Absolutely.
Like, I just am always like, if you just don't like someone, leave him alone. Like, I don't know. I mean, or, vote at the ballot box because that's where you have the power. But, chasing people around and abusing them is not a great idea. And it's not a good look because if you want to say, if you believe that your party is better than the other, if that is what you believe, you have to act like that. Don't run around and completely ruin your argument by doing something that is ridiculous and horrible.
Yeah, but why wasn't it picked up in the national news?
Yeah,
there's so much else going on. I mean, honestly,
think of it the other way. If somebody had done that to a Democrat, a black Democrat, they would have lost their
I'm gonna be honest,
minds.
We don't hear in California. I'm not hearing now that Trump is out of office. We're not hearing a ton of political news. And I'm not saying that, and I'm paying attention. We are hearing a lot more about pandemic out here, hurricanes, any type of like weather-related situation. But I will say that the political situation has really kind of leveled off in comparison to what it was even last year at this time.
But still, to refer to a black man as the black face of white supremacy, are you kidding me?
Well, that's just bad programming. They don't know what they're saying.
That's true.
You can't, everyone's going to believe what they're going to believe, and there's going to be people of different races, ethnic backgrounds, religions that are going to, and you're going to sit there and go, wow, I'm surprised they're a Democrat, or wow, I'm surprised they're a Republican, or wow, I'm surprised they're of another party. But you can't sit there and chastise them for their beliefs.
I've contended in the past that starting with Jack Kennedy, many of the elections have been based on physical appearance of the candidate.
Oh, God, yes.
And I wonder about, Gavin Newsom's a good-looking guy. He's a good-looking guy, dressed well.
A lot of people, they'll just vote for the more handsome candidate.
I just wonder how much of that has come into this, the recall election.
I find him too slick. I mean, I do find him like...
He is very slick.
He's handsome, but I find him like a little too oily and slick as a politician. So that wouldn't, for me, that's definitely not...
superficial charm works on most people.
Slick or slippery? Yeah. Will you tolerate slick and not...
I think a lot of politicians are oily, though.
Oh, God, yes.
No, really? I've never noticed that.
That's superficial charm. You just tell people what they want to hear, and you wink at the camera, and there you go. You got 20-30% of the population in your pocket right there. It's unfortunate but true. That's why psychopaths are so good at manipulating. It's because they have superficial charm. There's nothing below the surface, but that's all you need for most people.
I just don't believe any politician anymore. So
I know.
No,
I don't blame
it's
you.
really gotten.
I
I mean,
don't
what we used to
blame you.
think about used car salesmen is about what the status of politicians, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know,
I would honestly believe a used car salesman because I actually think that they've actually leveled up where I think
Yes.
politicians have leveled
Yeah.
down.
That's,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you guys see that report? And I think it was in California. I'm not sure. It was at a Subway, I know. There's a woman behind the counter. Guy comes in with a handgun to rob her. She grabs the handgun out of his hand and starts beating the piss out of this guy. Andy, see if you can
9
find
times
the
out of
video.
10, that's going to end very poorly for you.
It
by
didn't
the
for
way.
her. She kicked his ass. It was unbelievable.
She must have caught him just at that right split
Yes.
second where
Or maybe
he
she was
just
trained.
caught off guard and he just thought he had the upper hand and he did not.
She just started kicking his ass. It was
There's no
hilarious.
way I'm going to be able to.
Subway worker woman.
Subway woman
Yes,
worker.
that's what I'll Google.
Subway
worker, woman, gun robbery, get hit.
That's all you need to put in and you're good to go.
Google will know just what I mean.
Oh, here's another one I just popped up. A rotten apple. Elderly woman attacked in New York fights back as Bible gets stolen. Yeah, there's a guy just beating the piss out of an old woman and
For a
steals
Bible?
her for a
That's
Bible. yeah.
happening a lot in New York.
Oh,
My
is it ever?
God, it's
Is it
just
ever?
bad.
She's fighting back though. She's fighting tooth and nail.
well, this is big cities. Big cities are. This is what's going
Yes,
on.
That is true.
exactly.
I
That's
mean,
so
name a
sad.
big city that isn't experiencing a violence wave right now.
Well, City of St. Paul says there isn't one.
Oh,
That
of
crime
course.
has gone down.
Ah, bullshit. Yeah, right.
well, they're not
okay.
arresting anybody for anything.
Yeah,
so
that's
crime
exactly
has gone
right.
down.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Nobody's getting arrested.
And they're not going to prosecute felony driving offenses.
Nope.
So you can. Why stop for police?
Why stop for a stop sign? Why stop for anything?
Not going to be any chases anymore. You know, half the media in California would be out of business. They didn't have chases.
That's true.
Are
That
they
is
still
very true.
televising chases in California?
Oh, heaven's sakes,
Oh,
yes.
they love chases
Oh,
in
chases are the
California.
best thing in the
Really?
world.
Huge in California.
Kristen will tell you that.
How is that? How can there be fast car chases when there's such bad traffic? I don't understand.
Oftentimes they're not fast. They're slow and
That
the
is true.
helicopter follows you and they weave in and out of traffic. And then eventually they get off the freeway, which is hilarious. And it's, game over at that point because at some point you're going to get caught in these crazy streets of LA and they always wind up into a neighborhood. And LA has a lot of dead end streets, a lot more than I've seen in other cities. So if you just go down that wrong street, you are going to meet your end with the cops surrounding you in that dead end street. It's kind of like really fun. And then they always try and like hop a fence. And you're watching them try and like climb, and you're like, you're not on Survivor. You probably haven't worked out in a while. Just give up.
Yeah, they stop the
release the
car.
hounds?
All the doors open, and it's like a clown car, and people just pour out of this car for all this joyride. Oh, it's just a.
Or the worst thing that happens is that they kill themselves, and so then the
Oh.
cameras quickly cut away because you're like, oh, I just watched him commit suicide.
Well, that
That does happen.
well, that's why they have the. I thought they had a delay on most of those.
They
videos
do, but
now-
you see the camera pull away real fast.
because
you're like,
because I guess on one of the top of the spaghetti junctions, it would right. Oh, it's the one from is it the 101, 110. It comes out of what's the freeway south of the LAX? Right? It comes and it goes into this giant spaghetti junction. The guy went up on the top of the freeway, stopped his car. The helicopter's there watching this live. He pulls a shotgun out of the thing and shot his head off on live TV.
God.
Yeah, there's a number of years ago. Just oof.
This is unbelievable. That woman's name is Araceli Sotelo. She works in Rockford, Illinois at a Subway. She fought back and disarmed the robber and beat the piss out of him. They fired her.
What?
And now they've suspended her until all of the videos of her beating that guy up are off the internet because they don't want to look like that's the kind of place they own. She saved her own life by fighting back, and they
you
fire her.
don't really want to go into a Subway if you think it might be in a sketchy area and you might end up, getting in the crossfire of something like that. I mean, I can kind of see corporate-wise why they wouldn't want that as their brand.
Yeah, but she saved her own life, for God. That guy probably would have shot her.
Well, like I've said before, you are trained not to do that. Don't fight back against a robber.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, because a robber isn't going to just come in and kill you, because
Probably not.
now they're a
Most
murderer,
likely.
whereas before they were just a robber. If you get caught for robbery, you're going to go away for a couple of years, whatever. But if you're a murderer, you're going away forever.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
they have no
Good
incentive to do that. So just let them,
Let them take the cash.
let them take the $50 in
Yeah,
your
the
cash
cash
register.
is not worth your life.
No,
for
it's
sure.
not.
I'm going to be honest with you. I just blew up the picture. That woman who fought back looks a lot like Kristen Burt. Is that you?
I was working at Subway. And
Moonlighting at Subway.
She had a side hustle.
I was side hustling
Side
at
hustle at
Subway.
Yeah, I'm not very tall, so there's not a lot of fighting back happening.
I love that. I'm not very tall, so you know. You and the hubby don't get into fist fights?
No.
Why
We
not?
don't even get into screaming matches.
We don't
I'm
either.
just like, I'm so annoyed at you. That's my.
Catherine, it's you, part 2. Oh, Tom.
Yes,
Yeah, we're not yellers, and we're not very angry people. So
Well, that's good. Good to not be.
Congratulations.
thanks. We get frustrated. Don't think that doesn't
Oh,
happen.
God,
That
everybody
happens.
does.
Yeah.
Oh, God, we got to take a break here. We'll be right back. Another segment coming up with Kristen Burt and the family. Tom here for Shift Real Estate. I met the folks from Shift Real Estate last year on our way to Key West and loved their story. Shift Real Estate saves home sellers thousands of dollars on real estate fees because they list for a flat fee of $5,000, and that includes photos, MLS listing, online marketing, and the assistance of a full-time realtor. Tell Shift about your home, and they will tell you how you can save $10,000 or more. Shift Real Estate, the common sense way to sell your home. Visit shift2sell.com because life is expensive enough. Hey, it's Tom, and thanks to Profile, I've lost over 100 pounds. Yeah, that's right, over 100 pounds. I've been talking about Profile, and I'm telling you, I feel fantastic. Profile helped me, and they can help you too. So now that I've lost that weight, it's time to maintain and keep the weight off. You've heard me talk about Danette, who helped me lose the weight. She's now guiding me to maintain keeping the weight off. She's been incredible, and I can't thank her enough. She is great. You should really reach out today. Profile will set you up with a free, no-obligation consultation. No reason to wait any longer. Like I said, it's an absolutely free consultation. Check them out at profileplan.com/Twin Cities. And if you use the promo code Tom Barnard, you will save $100 on your Profile membership. Reach out today. You'll be glad you did. Check out profileplan.com/Twin Cities. That's profileplan.com/Twin Cities. Profileplan.com/Twin Cities.
Hey, I just got out of the meeting. I can't even tell you how different it was from what I expected. Well, I'm uncomfortable interviewing in the first place, but I didn't feel that way there. Everything they said made sense to me. Yeah, and Priority is the largest same-day delivery company in the Twin Cities. And after all these years of doing it for someone else, I'm ready to be part of something bigger. A job? That's what I have now. You know I need more. Driving is what I do, and Priority Courier Experts is where I want to do it now. I know, and that's the best thing about it. I could never afford to buy a truck like that on my own, but tomorrow, because they believe in my skills, I'm taking out the first brand new truck that I'm going to own on the last payment. I can't wait to be in their fleet. I can't wait to be the next expert on the road. Yeah. After 20 years of driving side by side on the road with these guys, of course I'm excited. And all I did was check out Priority.com. Easy.
Priority Courier Experts. Every time you call us, we deliver. Kristen Burt, of course, voted best Subway worker of all time.
I'm only making veggie and cheese Subway sandwiches at my Subway.
There'll be no meat allowed.
I do eat meat. There is something about deli meat that grosses me out. So
I understand. I understand that.
Can't handle it. And tuna, I don't like tuna fish in a can. So tuna fish and mayo. There's no mayo at my Subway either, people. So I'm just letting you know it's limited.
I'd come to your Subway. Sounds good so far.
Do you have gluten-free bread, though?
Yes, I will have gluten-free bread for everyone.
Yep,
I gotta be honest. Well, I was just talking about this the other day. I cannot really discern that big a difference between a hamburger and a Beyond Burger. I'm not kidding you. They're delicious.
Beyond Burgers, it's very easy. It's Impossible Burgers that it's difficult to tell the difference.
Oh, really? Because Alex said it's the opposite.
No.
Well,
Beyond Burgers are very
Impossible
obviously not
Burger
made of
has a
meat.
lot of beet juice in it, so it actually like oozes like blood.
Well, and
looking
it's
like,
also-
like a like a burger would.
Impossible Burgers are made out of a protein extracted from plants. And if you think about it, muscle tissue is basically just a big mass of protein. So it's better at mimicking the feel of meat.
Because Alex doesn't like the Impossible Burger.
Yeah, 'cause she says it's too much
similar.
like meat.
Whereas
Oh, that's
Beyond
why.
Burgers are just basically made out of like pulverized, mung beans or whatever the hell they're made out of.
It's good.
And
They're good.
They're good,
Yeah, I like
but it's
them.
very easy to tell the difference.
What happened to Boca Burgers? They still have those?
Yeah,
Do
they're
they?
not as
I don't-
popular
I think-
as they used to
I
be.
think
Now
because they have
that-
a lot of soy in them, the Boca Burgers.
Oh,
Now that
yeah,
Beyond and
forget it.
Impossible
Well,
are out, then no one.
And I don't even know if a Impossible Burger or a Beyond Meat Burger is actually better for you.
Technically speaking, they're not really.
Because they've got a lot of oil and
The Beyond Burgers have a lot of fat in them.
they're not like made out of vegetables, really.
No. No,
I don't
not
think.
really. That's true.
They aren't.
I don't think so. They're grain based.
Well,
Let's see here.
you
Where
know,
the Boca Burger used to have.
whatever
more
happened to
vegetables in
just
it.
the black beans mashed up with the
It's hard to find a good black
cumin-
bean
cumin-
burger.
I mean that
Those are
I don't know,
delicious, though.
why do we why can't we just I think they're the greatest, or vegetarian Big Mac.
Well,
where
I've
you
always
just-
stayed away from black bean burgers just because they've always put bell peppers in them,
That's
and I
true.
can't eat bell peppers, so I never eat them anymore because
Let's
every
see.
single time I'd ask, and they're like, "Yep, bell peppers in them."
Yeah, Beyond Burger, pea protein, oil, rice protein, and that's about it. So just peas, rice, and oil.
So it's not really all that great for you.
No. I mean, it's no worse than than a burger, probably, but
And there's beet juice, the processed beet.
there is
coloring.
beet juice color, yes.
So that's processed.
It's
Why don't you
highly
eat the beets?
processed.
Just eat the beets.
I don't know, because they wanted to look sort of like a burger.
Yeah.
They
If they didn't put that in there, it would be just like gray, which
Yeah,
people would see that and think, no, thank you.
How about like Beyond Wieners? Do they do that?
Probably.
they do bratwurst
Ew.
kinds of things. Yes.
Bratwurst?
I don't think they call them Beyond Wieners.
I'm
though.
sure they don't.
Don't call them Beyond Wieners.
Here we go, Beyond Breakfast
Oh no, I
Sausage.
feel like there's a market for Beyond Wieners.
They do
Yes.
have Beyond Sausage. There you go.
Hey, but no Beyond Wieners.
They've also got Beyond
Beyond
Meatballs.
Wieners is funny.
It is.
Beyond Wieners. Let's start our own company, Beyond Wieners.
Oh, let's do it.
What would we sell?
What are we
What
going
would
to
we do
sell?
with that?
What's your corporate mission here?
Honest to God. What a world, what a world. That's all I know. But yeah, seriously, that food, we had some, Costco has these things called veggie bites.
Oh
that
my
are
God, Tom is
fantastic.
obsessed with a veggie bite now.
And we had, what did we have with it?
We made Beyond.
Beyond Burgers.
Yeah.
We had the veggie bites. It was an all vegetarian dinner.
Yep.
But what did we? What starts with a P? What the hell are they called again? They're a Polak deal. I'll ask Bilski.
Pierogies?
Pierogies,
Oh,
yeah.
oh.
You had vegan pierogies?
They were just
They're
they were
cheese.
just cheese
Cheese.
and no, they weren't vegan.
Vegan, okay.
They
They're
were
very
yeah,
good,
mashed
though.
potatoes and cheese inside.
That
No, they
sounds
were
delicious.
really good. But
Oh,
yeah,
pierogies
Tom
are
is
plenty
just obsessed with Costco's veggie bites.
Veggie bites,
Oh my
baby.
God.
Look like tater
What are
tots
in
when
the
I was a
veggie
kid.
bites?
They actually have
They're
vegetables,
delicious.
and they're 2/3 of a serving of vegetables in whatever a serving would be, maybe 6 of them.
I think it was
they
9.
They look like little tater tots.
They do. They
They
look
do.
just
They've
like
got
a tater
right-
tot.
they're-
I love the little broccoli bites. Have you had those? Like Dr. Prager's makes them.
Yes, those are good. Yeah, but these, honestly, Tom is like, he actually went to Costco by himself, which is a very rare event, just
bought
to get
6
more
cases
veggie
of them.
bites.
So
I bought 6
basically,
cases of
Tom's
veggie
eating like a Happy Meal, vegetarian
Yeah,
style.
yeah, absolutely.
No, I was having a Happy Meal vegetarian style. That's
Because
exactly what I was
they've had the
doing.
cauliflower bites at Costco. Those are really good too.
See, I could become a vegetarian very easily because I, whatever, as long as the food tastes good, I don't give a rat's ass what it is.
Well, the vegetarian alternatives have definitely come a long way.
Oh, God, yes. There's no doubt about that. Remember when they tried to pass that fake chocolate on us, that carob or whatever
Carob
it was?
is terrible.
It was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
It was.
Yeah.
It was. I think it was
Bad.
unprocessed cacao, right?
Carob? No, it's its own. It's a plant, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's
I don't know
plant.
what it is, but it tastes like crap.
Yes.
Terrible.
Oh, it's those the pea pod things that you see in Florida. Those dried pea pod looking things
Oh,
on
really?
trees, that's carob.
That's a carob tree?
Oh, really?
You
God.
mostly see it
It's nasty.
in quote-unquote chocolate for dogs.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh,
That makes sense. The dogs would like it because they can't have regular
I
chocolate.
haven't even seen that in a store,
No,
even
they
in a
don't
health
even bother
food
anymore,
store
I
in
don't
a million
think.
years because it just
It
tastes
used to be
carob.
in all the trail mixes.
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
yeah.
The
yeah.
carob chips.
Terrible.
Chocolate.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's really not very
It is
good.
not very good at all.
And they found out that chocolate's not so bad for you anyway.
No.
Chocolate isn't. Well, if you're gonna eat a Beyond Burger with all the grease in it, eat some chocolate with all the grease in it.
The hell's
It's got
wrong with that call?
antioxidants.
Do what I do and eat like 95% dark. Which most people can't stomach.
No, that's
What?
good.
But that's good for you.
Or dark chocolate?
Ultra dark
I
chocolate.
love dark chocolate. Who doesn't like dark chocolate?
you-
Get
A lot
out.
of people. They
Get
think it's
out.
bitter.
I don't.
It is bitter.
You heard me.
I like
Bert.
it in very small doses. Very small doses. Dark chocolate.
Why are you such a baby about it?
I don't know. My palate is very, very picky on certain things. Like I don't want coffee; it's too bitter.
Oh,
I find dark chocolate sometimes too bitter.
yeah, you're sensitive to the bitterness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that and
Yep.
those variations in taste and preferences are real.
So you
And-
probably don't like IPAs then.
I do not.
Yeah,
Yep.
there you go. I hate IPAs. I could eat dark chocolate all day. I could drink black coffee if it didn't give me heartburn, but IPAs, no thank you.
Yeah, different bitterness in those.
That's true. It's
Di-
more of
different
like,
chemical.
It's more like a earwax taste than bitter.
Ear what?
It's true.
Yuck.
That's what IPAs taste like. It's gross.
Oh, nasty.
Oh, that's gross.
That is really gross.
Now we're getting into an odd area there.
Yeah.
The earwax
Hops
taste.
are gross.
But you like kale,
hell.
don't you, Kristen?
I do like kale.
That's bitter.
Do you like chard?
But usually there is. I don't find that bitter because I find that with dressing it doesn't have a bitter taste to me.
No, if you cook kale right, it's not bitter at all. It just tastes
Yeah.
like spinach, basically.
Yeah, doesn't bug me.
But like
I
chard
would,
or collard
would I
greens?
choose spinach over kale? Yes. I do like collard greens.
Oh,
But
interesting.
they're usually like drowned in butter and stuff like that.
Oh,
But
Oh,
it's-
well.
well, everything's good in butter.
Yeah,
I
collard
don't love
greens
a
are bitter.
lot of I don't love a lot of lemon and lime situation either. So I don't want a lemon bar. Don't give me a lemon square for dessert. Don't give me key lime pie.
Yeah, I don't like that stuff either. You and I
Yeah,
have
those are-
very similar tastes.
Yeah, those are cheap desserts.
Those are very cheap desserts.
Unless
I
they're
like
dense
lemon.
chocolate, why are you eating it? What's the point?
Are you watching 9 Perfect Strangers, Kristen?
Not yet. It is on my list. I just finished a docu-series on the LuLaRoe multi-level marketing.
Oh,
Oh, it's great.
LuLaRoe.
is it?
Did you know? Okay, some of the guys are probably like, "What is LuLaRoe?"
Yes, I am.
LuLaRoe was
Like that.
this crazy leggings company, and it started out of Utah, and it became a multi-level marketing. It started out as a really genius idea and turned into a multi-level marketing, and it was a lot of women, stay-at-home moms looking for extra income, as a lot of MLMs are, but they grew so fast that the people who owned the company really weren't business-minded people, and they just hired their kids to kind of help them, and they just made bad decisions, but they were loving the money. It turned into a billion-dollar company.
Wow.
And all this craziness ensued. The guy who owns the company, he's Mormon, and he started telling women, like, once you build your business, and if you are out-earning your husband, you are to give the business to your husband because he must lead. So there was a lot of like weird misogyny, like embedded within the company, even though they were telling everyone to be like a girl boss and everything else. But if you started to out earn your husband, because some of these women were making $150,000 a month
Selling
leggings. And when
Whoa.
I show you the prints, you would be like, I would never wear that. It was like a clown show. It was crazy. But then the quality started to dissipate, and the seams weren't lining up, and when it's a pattern, if you don't have the patterns lining up on the seams, it looks a hot mess, and things had holes in them, and then they had mildew because they left them outside because they didn't have enough warehouse space. But it is on Amazon, and it is 4 45-minute episodes, and it's amazing. It is the most entertaining thing about, and it's called Lula Rich, based off of LuLaRoe.
You can still buy them on Amazon.
Yes, you can.
Oh man,
And
these are some
the
hideous
company
patterns.
Still exists, but it exists in a much different sort of entity than it used to. And of course, they have people that are still selling and they love the company, but there are a lot of people who were burned and declared bankruptcy because of this company.
From $13.46 to $17.99 on Amazon.
But it's one of those companies, you have to shell out like $10,000 to start your business. So you're paying somebody else.
Well, how many of these were they selling if they were making $150,000?
Because it's a pyramid scheme.
Well, I think that they were in a key market where the women who if you're observant or a devout LDS, you are at home with your children.
Yeah.
And you are stuck there. And either you get to work or you would buy these kinds of things. I think there was a market, a starving market for this sort of thing, this sort of flamboyance that they didn't have otherwise. If you ever lived in Utah or in Salt Lake, the devout communities really dress conservatively.
And also, but MLMs, a lot of them are based out of Utah. And because of this necessity of like, well, you're a stay-at-home mom, but maybe you have a bigger family and you could use some extra income, like the doTERRA, like the essential oils. Like there's a lot of companies that come out of Utah.
Yeah, it's as a result of their entrepreneurism and their education system, which is very high, and they work at that. The business part of that culture is real, and it's a legitimate and successful part of what they do.
Well, it's still a thing. You can still start your own business with the flexibility to reach your goals on your schedule. Become a LuLaRoe dealer and combine your passion for fashion with a purpose for building a business. So you can still do it.
Okay.
How much does it cost to buy in?
I'm sure that you have to have at least a few consultations before they get into that. Yeah, okay, let's get started. You have to just give them your email and your name, and then I'm sure they contact you.
And then I'm sure they spam you for the rest of your life.
Spamming.
I mean, I don't have a problem with a lot of MLM businesses because, I mean, it's just another business model.
Yeah.
But sometimes, when it has all this weird stuff about, having to turn your business over to your husband, it's like, that's a little weird.
For women's leggings, too. And
yeah.
My husband would be like, what am I going to do with these? Like,
How about if I don't want to?
Turn it over to well, I'd quit. If I was the husband, I'd just quit. Hey, you got a great job now. I think I'm going to go fish.
Yeah, really.
And then you could just pretend you're running the company. Well, she runs the company.
$150,000 a month is a nice chunk of change.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
Bad gig at all. Well, you're the retailer, so I don't know. Did these things show up in stores? Did they actually market them to stores?
You were your own store, so women would be building stores in their house or in their garage. They would do
like
pop-up
Doncaster or something like that. Okay.
Yeah, but it's a really well done documentary where everything is like it's a tight 45 minutes for each episode. Nothing really extraneous. Kind of gives you the facts, hits you over the head with it, and then they're out, and then you're kind of like, I want to know more, but. They edit it well.
Was it done by a Mormon, or was it done by someone outside the church?
I believe someone outside the church.
Yeah.
And the owners participated in this.
Oh.
So they are on camera talking about the business, talking about some of the good and the bad, but they've alienated a lot of people that were kind of along for the ride with them. And they're being sued all over the place, all over the country. There's class action lawsuits going on.
Oh, my.
And I think after they saw the result of the documentary, they have no further comment. There's no follow-up or anything. But they're colorful people. They really are characters, honestly. So they play into a big part of telling the story.
Now, what story are we talking about here?
Where have you
Did
been?
you fall asleep in women's leggings?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about Lulu Lala?
LuLaRoe.
LuLaRoe, and the documentary is called LuLaRich.
Yeah, because I saw an article about that. It might have been in the Star Tribune.
It is probably the buzziest documentary right now. If you go on social media, everyone's talking about it because there are so many scenes that are so absurd, and you're like, what?
But that has nothing to do with Lululemon, does it?
Nothing to do with Lululemon.
Which is interesting that they have that name.
Right,
Yeah,
that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
You could almost argue that
LuLaRoe
they're
was
trying
named
to...
after their grandkids, I believe, or kids. Maybe they're kids, but yeah.
So
They're
it's
family
Lulu
members. I think
and
they took,
Leroy?
like, I think they took like the three oldest grandkids and named it LuLaRoe.
Okay.
So it's like LuLaRoe.
I have never shopped in a Lululemon store.
I don't think you're really the target market for Lululemon.
Well, $150 for a pair of Workout pants?
Yeah.
What?
Hey, I paid $9 for mine yesterday.
$200 for a workout outfit? No. Why?
Lululemon is for like upper middle class coastal elites.
Oh, is it?
Think that spending a bunch of money on workout pants that they don't ever work out in, it's a status symbol.
Their quality's gone down, but I would tell you about like 5-10 years ago, the quality of their leggings was top notch. And I don't own a pair, but I have been wardrobed in it on set and things like that, and they feel amazing, and you look amazing in them.
Yeah, they're
but
compression
then
wear,
the quality's
really.
gone down.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Your butt looks incredible. It's like you're like, yes.
Well, thank you. Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
Yeah, you want your butt to look incredible?
Tom's butt looks
Well,
incredible.
they have
vintage pair.
they make men's clothes.
Yeah, but they're not quite the same. The men's clothes aren't
the
quite
same
as
thing.
fitted as some of the women's might be.
They're not. I haven't seen any.
Oh,
I
some
mean,
of
I
that
don't know.
stuff.
I've
Wasn't about
probably seen it, but I don't know. if
Wasn't it
it's
about 4 or
Lululemon.
5 years ago when they had the sheer Lululemon leggings? Women bought these and they were in the wrong light. You didn't have much on.
Yeah.
They were sheer.
I think that might have been the idea.
Really? There was a woman, I just went over to London Byerly's in Golden Valley. There was a woman there who's I don't know, what are the real tight sweatpants. Are they just tights? Is that what they are?
It depends.
Tight
Could be.
sweatpants?
I don't know.
Joggers? No.
They're
I don't know.
They look like pants, but they're very tight.
So they're probably leggings?
So the leggings have the waist and the whole deal?
Yeah.
Okay, the reason I bring it up is I don't know how she was able to breathe because it looked like the things were so far up her butt you could see them out her navel.
Honestly,
What is that?
that whole athleisure wear stuff, it's like, man, some of these women that are wearing this stuff,
Oh, yeah.
first of all, they're 3 sizes too tight, and it's just not attractive on so many levels.
Catherine, we were traveling very quickly. We were traveling home from Asheville, North Carolina. Catherine saw a woman who stripped down to her bra and panties going through security.
Yeah,
Strips down to her bra and panties.
she took off everything.
What?
I was like,
the
honey,
hell are you
you're
doing?"
taking it too far.
You're going a little
you don't
too
have
far,
to,
lady.
You don't have to go.
Kristen, you don't have to do that anymore.
I can't do it anymore, Kristen.
Stop doing that. That's not
I
necessary.
know. She looked very nervous about things. I don't know. Maybe it's the first time she ever flew. I don't know. It was weird.
Yesterday on the KQ Morning Show, there was another woman that stripped down to her bra and panties.
Wow.
That was 2 within like 1 week. What the hell is that now?
I don't know.
Is that a thing?
I mean, I didn't think women were wearing bras after the pandemic.
That's-
What?
yeah.
What's that?
That's been a thing.
What do you mean? Why wouldn't you wear a bra after the pandemic?
People were
Because-
like, they didn't have to wear bras for so long because they were just on a Zoom meeting and
Or
all
just
you
hanging
just
out,
show
yeah.
your face. That they were just like, I'm never wearing a bra again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good, great.
Because they're really uncomfortable.
Bras are uncomfortable?
They're
They
not.
are, yeah.
Well, I'm not aware of men requiring that.
They're not. You know what? I think it's just women should wear whatever they're comfortable with.
Yeah, there you go.
And there's a lot of alternatives now, like these little bralettes and sports bras. There's plenty of things that if you do need support, you got it elsewhere.
Step up and get a bra lift. Come on. Here
Not
we
a bra
go.
lift, a bralette.
A bralette. What's a bralette?
Bralette is like a little. It looks more like a jogging bra, but maybe a little bit lacier and cuter than a jogging bra.
Yeah.
I remember as a little boy in North Minneapolis, I won't say who it was, might have been my buddy Fred. We're going through, just throwing the ball around in my friend's backyard, and this is back in the day when Mom and Dad and Grandma used to hang their clothes on the line to dry, the outside line. Grandma's bra was out there, and Fred, my friend, goes, Christ, you could put a tent up. Honestly, that was the biggest bra I've ever seen. Like, he thought it was a tent.
Youngest person named Fred that you can think of.
Yeah, Fred's not around.
It is
a lot
not a
anymore.
young man's name.
Oh, I haven't met a Fred in a million years.
No, it's-
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
One of my favorite people in the world is Fred Gooley. I went to St. Anne's with
Fred
Fred Gooley.
Gooley?
I still see Fred once. He comes to KQ events.
That's a good name.
Oh, Fred's a great
It's a good
guy.
Halloween name.
Yeah, it would be a
Great
good.
guy. Fred Gooley. I wonder what kind of Gooley is how he spelled it. I know.
Gooley.
Is that just an English name, maybe?
Goulet?
Goulet?
Robert Goulet. I remember.
Oh
that.
yeah, Robert
Maybe-
Goulet.
What's that? It's ET though.
That's E.T. Yes. What do you got, Andy?
Goulet.
Sometimes people change their spelling of their name so
Yes,
people could
they do.
pronounce it when they came
It
to
is
America.
Americanized from goulet, which is French.
Oh, so it is the goulet.
Goulet.
Okay, goulet.
There you go.
Well, every
And goulet,
this is what?
let's see. Goulet is greedy.
Greedy?
Yes.
Fred Greedy from now on when I see him.
Which
Fred.
comes from Old French, which is goulet, diminutive of gullet, which means throat.
Yeah.
Somehow that became greedy. Who knows?
Who the hell knows? Indeed, who the hell knows? All right, Kristen, another week under the wire.
We did it.
Wire.
So we covered everything. I thought we covered everything very well today. I just want you to know that.
Car
It was a well-balanced
chases.
We got tented bras. We got car chases. We had everything.
Bralettes.
You got in a nap during women's leggings.
During women's leggings, I was able to doze off for a couple of
You
minutes.
feel refreshed, Tom.
It
When
was
you feel really good at 3 o'clock today, you think of me. And
Yeah, I
women's
will.
leggings.
Well, I got up at 1:30 this morning. Give me a break. 1:30 I woke up.
You had to take a nap somewhere. It might as well be in Kristen's the whole conversation about women's leggings. and
Kristen,
LuLaRoe.
whenever we want to talk, we'll just start talking about girl things, and
Talk
Tom will
about girl
just
things,
fall
huh?
asleep.
You thought I said bra lift, and it's a bralette. Yeah, I'm like,
Bralettes, whatever. But I
Want
got
a bra
the
lift? Get one. I mean, but it would be a boob lift you would want, not a bra
boobless.
lift.
All right, we'll talk to you next week, sister.
Bye.
Bye. We'll talk to you tomorrow with the family.